I think what we said back then is exactly what's happening. That cost, of course, from 2021 has to flow through our numbers. But as you've seen, we've really reacted vividly on our pricing, 12.5% on average in the quarter, 14% on the exit rate. And what we do see is indeed now in the first quarter is a plateauing of the raw material prices, not exactly coming down. But if we look in our forecast and all the signals, we remain optimistic for the second half of 2022. So it's a slow turning point. The way you have to picture it is that it was a big wave. We did everything to catch up with the wave. First quarter were us trying to stand up on our surfboard. But we do look forward in the second quarter and the rest of the year to really enjoy the wave and getting the speed back in the business. So everything is panning out as we had forecasted back then.
Yeah, well, I'm loving the analogy this morning. Let me ask you then about the supply chain issues, because we continue to see in some economies, namely China, where they have a zero COVID strategy, that we're seeing port disruptions. We're also seeing interruption to business contracts. Can I ask you, are you seeing any lasting impact or continued scarring from these supply chain challenges?
I don't think so. I think it is really a nasty and 18-month effect on the supply chains that is now coming to an end. To be very honest, we see more of impact on the other side of the globe, not so much in China, but in North America. If we look at what's happening to the raw materials, which are important for our business, we see China, in fact, gradually normalizing. We also see the vast Chinese chemical industry being more eager to get contracts to supply also outside of China. The logistics to get it to places like Europe, Latin America, etc., is still a bit lagging. But there you can see the supply balance getting back to what we would hope it would be. Europe is where the lag is coming behind that. Omicron is creating some waves, but given the high vaccination rate, it is basically employees or in the inbound logistics. There is a week that people are out and then they're back on the job. North America was the most stressed in 2021. And continues to be with a relatively low vaccination rate, also a little bit shielded from China supply. That is probably where 2022 will continue to be an extra attention point for us. So you really have to see it as the shadow of supply. We really see it as gradually lifting as 2022 progresses. So there is a certain underlying optimism for us on how the year evolves for AkzoNobel.